I'm Monica Yang. I'm broker of Just Global Inc. and the host of the Global Risk Investor Club. Today, we have invited Ms. Nataka McIntosh to share with us the latest Builders Incentive in Orlando. And Nataka McIntosh is the principal broker of the New Home Outlook and has been servicing the real estate industry for over 12 years. She specializes in residential new construction, real estate investment, and finance. Nataka has won many sales awards, and this allows her to access better incentives from builders for her clients. Welcome, Nataka. Yeah, you got the floor, and please start.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you all so much for coming today, listening to this presentation. I'm very excited to share with you some of the 2023 year-end builder specials. There's quite a few we'll get through today, so we hope that you find this interesting. I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in to the slide here, and I'm going to take you through some of the top areas as well as what we're seeing in the current market. I'll give you a little bit of a market update so it helps you understand a little better of what's happening here. So we know that many of you are aware the market has been affected recently with the interest rates continually going up. And so what we've seen here in Central Florida, we've been watching this for several, a little over a year now. It's pushing a lot of people here to Central Florida with the cost of living, which has increased really nationally. And so as things have escalated higher in other regions of the country, we're seeing now that those recent rate hikes are causing more of a demand push here. So the proximity to the attractions here, the nearness to the beach, the job opportunities, as well as the city growth is all helping facilitate that demand that's all coming here. So we're seeing unusually high appreciation continue for investors as the ones that had purchased previously, or even ones who have purchased within the last year or two. We're also seeing builders are trying to keep up with demand. So they are building very quickly here. They're trying to keep up with that, and they're very, very motivated, especially as we get to the end of the fiscal year for them, to get rid of a lot of the inventory that they have on their books. So we're seeing significant reductions in price for some of these builders. They're what we call inventory builders. Not only are we seeing a huge lowering in price to get these off their books, but we're also seeing them buying the interest rate down. So for most investors who are buying in other places or on used homes, they're seeing rates in the 8%. So a lot of our builders right now, they have what they've done is they've purchased a bulk of mortgages, and they've put quite a bit of money in some cases $20,000 to $30,000 to buy the rates down. And we're seeing them as low as 6.33. We had an investor customer close just recently. So almost a full 2 percentage points, but it's going to depend on the type of loan that you're doing, of course, and the home itself. But that's kind of what we're seeing right now in terms of the market and what's happening here at the year end. So a couple, one community in particular that I'm going to focus on. The incentives right now, I'm going to show you some of the properties. This is probably going to be the top community out of all of them that we're really focusing in on, just in terms of price per square foot. We've seen our investors consistently be able to rent out their units with no issues. We're seeing this community is close to Medical City, which many of you are aware of, but it's attracting a much higher demographic in that area in terms of the income brackets, credit score. And so we're getting very strong renters coming from that Medical City area that are looking to rent a home while they're new to the area, or while they're just starting their job or their home search, or in hopes that the rate's lower. So they're coming into these rentals. And the community I'm going to focus on first is Pine Glen. That's the one that I had said we had quite a few investors in. Right now, we're seeing very good prices. So they have reduced the price significantly. In addition to buying the rate down close to what I had just shared with you, they're also giving an additional $15,000, as you can see here. That $15,000 is going to pay for a significant, if not all of the closing costs. So it'll be very close to paying for the cost, but you're not just getting the 15,000. They're giving you a significantly lower rate if you are able to close by the end of the year. So many of these properties I'm going to show you are going to be completed and able to be closed November or December. And I put the, so you'll see a little bit about the rate. So that's going to just differ, but we are seeing significantly lower rates than what the market is currently at. And then in the Pine Glen community, since we have so many investors who have already purchased there with rentals in that area, we have a really good gauge of the insurance costs. So roughly we're seeing around $1,500 a year, just depending on the size of the home that you're getting. And then the taxes are very great for that area as well. They're significantly lower than when you get into the Orange County area. This would be considered Osceola County, and the tax rate is right around 1.5%. So this gives you a little bit of information just about this community and the costs. And now with that in mind, you can see some of the prices right here. We are starting 370s to all the way up to 406. So we're able to get anywhere from 3 to 4 bedroom. We're starting right around that 1,800 square foot mark and going upwards to 2,500 square feet. These are going to be completed, as you can see, in the month of December. And these are the ones I was just discussing with you about the incentives that they're doing. They've already reduced these prices significantly. They're buying the rates down worth upwards to 20,000, and they're also giving the 15,000 to pay for the closing costs. So these are going to be really, really popular right now, just in terms of selling. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to show you their particular, the website and the community itself. So bear with me here while I pull that up. So this is Pine Glen. This is community I had shared with you. It is a master plan community, and there's going to be quite a bit of opportunities here. The ones I just showed you are going to be their bungalow homes. So I will have those down here that I'll be able to show you. Here's the community map. So lots of great product. And as you can see, we have some of these listed here, so I can kind of show you maybe some more details about what they look like. So as you can see, these are very low maintenance, low cost. You're not going to have a lot of landscaping and yard, and that's what people are wanting. They're wanting low maintenance when they come to a rental. So you're not going to have the costs of keeping up and maintaining a large space. These are going to be like a 2-story where you have the garage in the back of the home called alley. And just to give you an idea of rentals and what we're seeing with rent right now, in this community, we've consistently seen anywhere from $2,100 to $2,500 a month, depending on the size of the unit. So on average, we're seeing about $1.30 per square foot in terms of what you're able to get for the rental. So that's going to be for the bungalow series. And of course, for the single family, that's only going to go up. We've seen anywhere from $2,700 a month into the $3,000 a month range for single family. And so I'm going to show you another option that you have for that same community. And that is going to be the single family. This is a very popular home. The reason this one is so popular, it is a next gen home. So it gives you multiple streams of income producing. And so I'm showing you this one at $493,685. This one is close to being completed. You're ready to close on this in November or December. This one has a November 21st date. So with that in mind, they're giving some major incentives on this one in Pine Glen. So if you're not looking for the bungalow and you'd like single family, this is going to be huge. Close proximity to Medical City, like I said, very easy resale. And it is going to be single family, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, and it's going to be 2,100 square feet. And so, like I said, when we jump from bungalow to single family, the rental figures are going to jump as well. So we're seeing rents anywhere from 25 to 3,000 square foot. I'm sorry, 2,500 to 3,000 a month, depending on the product that you'd go with. But for this community, no CDD. It is going to be low HOA, and I'll go over that with you here. just so you have some of the costs. $76
Oh,
a
sorry,
month.
Natasha, can you show the floor plan of Freedom? Because
Sure.
that is a very special home with multi-generation floor
Yes.
plan.
Yes. So beautiful, all inclusive. It's going to come. I want to show you some of these pictures so you can see it comes with the quartz, it comes with upgraded cabinets. It's going to come in totally move-in ready. You're not going to have to add anything to it. So you can see some of the pictures, very spacious, wide open. And then I'll get to the floor plan for you as well. Here's the next gen suite. So that's where Monica was asking I show you the floor plan, because this is very important. People are flocking here asking for this next gen product because it allows for whether it's two families to live in one home or they're able to rent out a certain portion of the home. In addition to the living area, it gives an entirely new living area and a separate kitchen as well. There's a private entrance as well for this. And I'll get to the floor plan. So hopefully that, and we'll send this out too if you'd like to see pictures of it. Let me move this over. And here's the floor plan itself. So you can see when you walk in, you have that private entrance right here. This is the next gen living. So this is the special, where the color in blue, this is kind of the special private wing of the home that you could rent out in addition to the rest of the space of the home. So that's where these are very, very popular. And this one will go quickly. So that's the private entrance, the living area. You have your own private kitchen as well as the ensuite here. In addition to the next gen space, you also have just the regular living kitchen floor plan, and you have a office on this one, as well as the 3-bedroom, well, 4 bedrooms. So you can convert that office as well if you wanted to. But this one's going to be ample space. So it is set up as a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,109 square feet. Hopefully you can all see that floor plan. Monica, anything else you'd like me to show on this one?
I think it's good. Yeah. So we just want to emphasize because it does have like additional unit for extra rental income, and then you could rent out both. So essentially, it's almost like a 2 homes on a lot.
Yes.
And right now they're doing a special because it would be closed before the fiscal year end. So the bottom line is the timing. The builder want to get it sold, then we might be able to kind of like make an offer on it. And also they would do a rate buy down. So I think it's definitely a good opportunity. Yes.
Perfect. That's one
Yeah,
of the
please proceed, Natasha. Yes.
Yeah. So for Pine Glen in this neighborhood, you have 2 different types of options. You have the low maintenance bungalow, smaller units. You also have the next gen single family that we just showed you. In this entire community, as I said, there is no CDD fee, which is very huge for this area. And you have a low cost of $76 a month for the HOA. So now this one, you can see there's lots of amenities, which is great for rentals. There's going to be lots of lakes surrounding the perimeter of the community, lots of beautifully landscaped common grounds. There's also going to be some volleyball. There's a dog park already there, basketball courts, some pickleball courts, really trying to create a community feel, picnic pavilion, a tot lot for the children, soccer fields, and lots of extra open green space for families. So, excuse me. So that's going to be really that focus, that top community that we wanted to focus on today and present to you some of the year-end specials that they have there. So I'm going to go back to my slide from there. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to show you a couple more options in this area, because St. Cloud has more than just Pine Glen. St. Cloud is right next to Harmony. And as we said, very close to Medical City. It's very close to the Lake Nona area, Narcoossee Road, if you're familiar. And so this is where I want to focus on a couple other builders in that area. So you can see, because there are some great year-end specials that we're seeing very close to Pine Glen that are going to be very similar. And one of the ones that I'm going to show you here, let me just get on it for you. is going to be here in the Harmony West area. So these are beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath as well, 2,335 square feet. So these are going to be more for the family wanting a 2-story property in the area. This builder, we have a couple builders in this master plan community, both of which have inventory, and they're pushing very hard to get these sold. And there's quite a few of them. So the more that somebody purchases, sometimes the more discounts and incentives we can get. But we are seeing they're paying the closing costs, so we can get the closing costs paid for. They're also doing the interest rate buy down, and they've already reduced the cost all the way down to 418, very low for this large of space. So single family home, and I'm just going to show you some pictures of this one. It's going to come fully move-in ready with the tile throughout. And it will come with the upgraded cabinets, stainless steel appliances. And I apologize, these pictures online that they have aren't the best, but it gives you a good idea of another option there. This community also has amenities. It has a nice, beautiful pool, a play area, a covered area for the kids to play. And so this one here, I'm going to show you a couple others in that neighborhood there, because that is one option. And then we have another of the builders in the same community. With a master plan community, you have multiple builders competing for one another. So if you're interested in the St. Cloud Harmony area, we can send you some of these and see which one we could get you the best deal on. But at the end of the day, they're all trying to compete with one another and get you the best possible price. So they are giving at least the closing costs and the buy down, the interest rate buy down, which is worth upwards to, like I told you, when you combine the two, it can be up to $30,000. So 418, we have the first one, then another builder here at 421, 990, 2,300 square feet. So very nice, large sizes for families that are looking for rentals in the St. Cloud area. So we can send you some of these listings as well. But this one is going to give you a good feel for another option that you might have in addition to Pine Glen. They're very close to each other. So Harmony, if you're not familiar, and as you can see, there's beautiful lakes surrounding this area. So Harmony is right in this area. And then we have St. Cloud just north. So we have Highway 192. So it gives people quick access into the city. And then directly west, we have Narcoossee Road. This is the popular road that drives you right into the Lake Nona Medical City area. So what's happening is all the development that's happened in the Lake Nona area, which we had a presentation on before, really is driving a lot of that traffic into this 192 corridor, which is where all these properties are being built and they are selling rapidly. So hopefully this gives you a good visual of where these are located, and we can send these to you, if you're interested in more details on that. Any questions about these two opportunities in this area? Or Monica, anything you'd like me to show in addition?
Would you like to show the website of Harmony, like say D.R. Horton, just to show the overall amenities and also the site map? Because Harmony West is very popular, and I have clients actually who started buying in Pine Glen last year, and now he owns 5 houses in the area. He even personally relocated to that area, and he specifically asked for homes in Harmony.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
this
you can
is-
tell that, yeah, he really knows it well now. He lives there now.
Oh, beautiful. So on the website here, as you can see, I was showing you on the map a little bit near all the lakes and beautiful areas, but you have so much greenery and the lakes that are here and the wide home sites. So you can see some of the pictures here. This is the community, Harmony West. It's a master plan community, very beautiful, well-kept, developed, meticulous. Brand new. So you can see some of the larger aerial pictures here on the site. And so this is going to be the D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton, in addition to some of the ones I've shown you, very, very aggressive in terms of the incentives that they give. They are considered what's called, and I briefly mentioned it before, you can see the beautiful clubhouse. I mentioned to you they're an inventory builder. So once that inventory is at a certain stage in the process, they need that home off the books. So they're willing to reduce the cost. They do not want any properties going past that November, December timeframe. If the home is done and there's a customer ready to jump on it, they have reduced the price. They will buy the rate down and they'll give you the closing costs. So this community, as well as Pine Glen, is going to be very good. This one is going to have more amenities than Pine Glen. So if you're looking at something long-term that you want to use or maybe come down to, as you can see, there are luxury amenities in this community. So that's where you're going to find you can see the pool. So with master plan communities, you're going to get a lot of money that's being infiltrated into the overall master plan of the community itself. Can you guys see those pictures okay, Monica?
Yes, very
You're able
clearly.
to see them.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I want
Yeah.
to show you just a little bit about the community itself. So the reason why it's attracting people out from the Lake Nona area is because they're really duplicating what's going on in Lake Nona and Medical City in the Harmony West area. They want the family friendly, they want the community feel. You can see they're doing all kinds of events. They have all kind of space for families to come out. And here's some of the product itself that they're building. So beautiful single family, all move-in ready. It's going to come with all the upgrades included. It will come with all the appliances. So really it's ready to go. If you need or you want to get this rented out immediately, and be in perfect position to close November, December, and have that tenant in by January, people are going to be looking to try to get in the beginning of the year, obviously. So this is going to be a really, really key community. And here's the actual site map that they have. So you can see, scroll in a little bit. There's quite a few options. So in terms of investment, one of the greatest things to focus on with these master plan communities is, when you're buying into an area where there's going to have more development, that opportunity for appreciation is there. So you'll see that buying now, they'll be continuing to sell and grow over the next several years. And as they sell each year, each month, you'll see those prices appreciating. And that's already built into the plan of the master plan community. They never start high, they start low and they build and they work their way up and the prices continue to escalate until their final phase. So as an investor, that helps a lot, not just in terms of getting this property rented because of the demand and also the amenities, but also is there future development? That's one of the main questions that I always have when I look in an area. I don't want it to be fully developed. I want there to be more development coming, and that's going to help with that appreciation. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a good two options here, Pine Glen and Harmony West, both wonderful.
Sounds good. Do you have anything under 400K? Like you were just showing the website and all those. So I know that's it would be nice to have something, say 2,300 and low 400K. I think is already a good price. But at the same time, some of my clients are looking maybe under 400. So they don't mind a little bit smaller home. So you would be able to provide a good variety of investment opportunities too, right?
Correct. I'll have to look up really quick to see if they have anything available, and I could send you some if they do have under 400.
Yeah, because I could see that like D.R. Horton, they even emphasize that they started from 315,000, for, of course, smaller home, like maybe 1,400, 1,500. But I could see that you're already bringing something up.
Yeah,
That
so
is, yeah.
we've got some great options. So you can see absolutely beautiful in that same neighborhood, low maintenance, still single family in the 380s, and they're still going to give really a large discounts on these as well. So you can see, we'll get in touch with them and we can find out exactly, but they're going to buy the rates down on any of these that are inventory. So I have this one, I've got a couple of them, and they're 3 bedrooms that are going to be under 400. So you can see there's a couple different options for us. So yes, I can send these to whoever would be interested I also
Right,
have
right.
a 4-bedroom there at
Oh,
$391. So
that's a
if you
good price.
prefer, yeah, if you prefer a 4-bedroom for the rental, this would be huge, and really keeping that price down.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is like you said, if the home is built, it becomes standing inventory. And
Mhm.
if the builder is willing to provide, more incentive, like better price, rate buy down, pay closing costs, those are what we've been looking for. I have a number of clients who are very savvy investor. They've been
Mhm.
waiting for this time of the year, trying
Yeah.
to see if they can get deals
Mhm.
from the builders, especially, like the home is ready to be closed and it will be just ready to be rented.
Yeah. And this one, again, 392, and it's a 4-bedroom and all the way up to 1,800 square feet. So
Mm,
really great
yeah,
options for Harmony West. This
yeah, and
is
one story.
correct
Yeah,
corner
many of
lot.
my clients like one story homes.
So these will be
Yeah.
great rental opportunities, and they're completed. So that's going to give us a good idea of Harmony, and we can send those out to whoever may be interested. But really great options for Pine Glen and Harmony West. So if you have more questions about that, I would definitely say reach out to Monica and I can get you more details and we can send you some great potential incentives, or what's the highest we could get from some of these builders would be the goal for us for you.
Sounds
So
great.
yeah, so that's going to be a very popular area and more where we wanted to focus this segment of the presentation for you. But I did want to give you one last opportunity. And this opportunity is going to be in a different area. And it's just for those of you who may be interested in the multifamily investments. So if you are new to multifamily, you're going to see obviously two, in these cases, duplexes. So 2 units that you're able to rent out. And these are very popular for investors. If you already have single family and you'd like to add multifamily to your portfolio, there's going to be options for duplexes on a couple different areas that I've sent over to Monica, and Monica and I have gone over, and we have the cash flow analysis that we can send over for you. So if you're interested in that, that will be something that we'll send out after this recording. And so for these duplexes or these multifamily properties that we found, these also are going to be completed and ready to be closed on year end. So the builder for these is giving unusually high incentives to get these closed. Not only are they giving high incentives for closing costs and buying the rate down, we're seeing even close to the 4.95, which is hard to believe. But we're also seeing the tenants are actually already in place for some of these duplexes. So this is going to be something where we'll have the pricing back for you on. If you're interested, please request it. But these are going to be move-in ready, tenant in place. And as we said, more multifamily to add to your portfolio. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to play a video so you can see what is available. And this is going to be a duplex in the area of Inglewood. And Inglewood, I'll show you on the map here, beautiful area. And it's very close to South Florida Venice Beach, which is a world-renowned beach I'm sure many of you are familiar with in Florida. And then, of course, Sarasota. So let me try to scroll this out real quick so you can see it on the bigger area. There we go. So Inglewood, just south, you can see on the west side, you have Siesta Key. It's ranked the top beach in all of Florida. So just south of there, this entire corridor here, Venice and down into Inglewood. This is a very popular and growing area. Very high demand in terms of rentals and beautiful beaches. So that's going to be where we're showing you this duplex multifamily opportunity. So I'm going to play this video for you all so you can see what is completed there. And then I'll go over some of the information. So these will come in move-in ready, tenant in place, all the appliances included. brand new. And this is just walking you through how it's coming with the laminate flooring, so you're not having to deal with ripping out carpet or any issues with carpet. Nice bedroom sizes with walk-in closets and private bathrooms connected, which is great for the rentals. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the opportunity
With a Budgetline Smart Home Collect
that we have for the duplexes. And as I said, if you are interested in multifamily, get in touch with us and we'll get you the prices on those. But just to give you a little bit of information on what that particular duplex is sitting at, it's 2104 square feet. It is 2 separate living areas, 2 separate entrances, so you're renting out multiple units there. And on each unit, we're seeing anywhere from $1,645 to $1,745 per unit. So the cash flow on this is going to be incredible. These are going to be completed year end as well, as I said. So we're seeing those rate buy downs and they are going to give money towards the closing costs. So we have that here in Inglewood. And then we also have one a little closer to Jacksonville for those of you who are familiar more with the Jacksonville area. So definitely reach out to us if you'd want to get more information on the multifamily. Just to recap real quick, we've got the Pine Glen area, which is going to be the low maintenance living. We have the Harmony West area that we can also send out. And that wraps it up in terms of what options we have. We really tried to reduce things to where we were focused on more of what those top incentive giving builders are doing. There's obviously hundreds of options all over the city, but not everywhere can we get you something that's done by the year end where they've significantly reduced the price, where they're giving you closing costs and they're buying the rate down. And that's what we looked for this presentation and nothing less. So we hope that this helped and piqued some interest for you, and we'd love to answer any questions you have.
First of all, yeah, it's very good presentation. Really appreciate all the time and effort to put it together, Natasha. Yeah, Nataka. So basically, we would like to ask you about insurance because many of my clients have heard from the few that insurance rate has been increasing.
Mm-hmm.
And any information that you can share with us?
Sure. So insurance is going to be dictated based on not markets as a whole or national news, but submarkets. So what that means is you really have to dig into that city and where proximity to high risk areas for insurance companies. And so what you're going to see is on the East Coast and also, well, I would say on the East Coast, we're going to see some of the highest premiums. So when you get into the Central Florida area, we're seeing premiums really hover around that $1,500 to $2,000 a year for a larger property. We've only seen things increase by about 10 to 15% in terms of premiums. So we're not seeing things escalate maybe as much as other markets are that are closer to the water.
I see. Yeah, because so far I have a number of closing of new homes in the area, and they were able to get some pretty competitive rate offered by the lender's insurance company.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely. Yeah. And personally, I have a number of holdings in Florida, and the insurance they had to increase. I have to admit that they did increase, but it's not so much like what we see in terms of like improbative costs, like such as property tax and taxes and all that. So, that's a little bit out of control. But in Florida, the insurance still, like within the parameter. But even in California, we have a lot of issues because of the wildfire. Some of the major insurance company like State Farm and Allstate, and they're pulling out, from California. So I think right now, like we're going through a transition time, in terms of like all the insurance company are trying to readjust the pricing policy. And so being that Florida is one of the top area that people would say, hey, that might be having some exposure to hurricanes and all this. What do you
Mhm.
think about Orlando and the Central Florida area?
Well, I'm currently reside in the Orlando Central Florida area. And so in terms of the hurricanes, they've always been, they've come every single year without without fault or delay. So we anticipate them, and the builders here, they have all kinds of precautionary things in place, extra insurance for it. But we do not get hit in the central area as hard as I said, on the east west coast. So what happens is when those hurricanes come in, you have to understand that power of those, by the time it gets to the Orlando area, it has significantly reduced in terms of its ability to destroy. So even on a very high scale, risky hurricane coming through, you don't find Orlando evacuating, you don't find a whole lot of damage. Where there has been damage, that's where we saw a little bit of the uptick this last year in insurance, but a lot of that was also due to just inflation and other costs rising as well. So not more than 10 to 15% is what we've seen. So we haven't had as many issues with hurricanes as what obviously the cities closer to the water would have.
Got it. Thank you. So we heard that Florida is the #1 state that like a lot of people are migrating to.
Mhm.
And so in terms of rental market, would there be particular area that might be easier to get rented and more attractive to the tenants?
Well, in Orlando, as well as the surrounding cities, yes, there's going to be certain cities that are more attractive and there's a higher demand for. And so obviously a lot of that's going to come down to the jobs that are there, the proximity to those jobs, just the overall area itself, and then the cost of living. So we've highlighted today one of the top cities or neighboring cities to Orlando that is attracting a very high, low risk in terms of investment, just because there's such a rental shortage. So there's not just a rental shortage, there's a housing shortage in general. So when people flock to Orlando and they come into that St. Cloud, Harmony West corridor, and they're looking for rentals and they're looking for homes to buy, there is a shortage. So that's where that creates that demand to where we're seeing these get rented out very easily. And that's the area and why we focused on that area today. But we do have other areas that we'd love to present to you in the future. And I know I've talked with Monica about some areas that are a little further out. Some people are wanting outside of the city, and there's a lot of major companies coming into some of these new cities, and the cost of living is significantly lower, the taxes are lower. So we'll be presenting those in future segments as well. But today we focused on the one where we're seeing the most incentives and the lowest risk in terms of getting a rental off the market quickly.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Yeah, for sure. We're always looking for opportunities. If we can see areas that would have more jobs, more people migrating to, and also attractive investment opportunities, we'd like to invite you to return to us and do another presentation.
Wonderful.
And also, like being that you are local,
Mhm.
can you share with us what is the latest discussion between the Florida government and Disney?
I'm sorry, repeat the end, it cut out. The Florida government, what?
The Florida government and Disney.
Oh, that's a great question. For someone local here, I think the national news sometimes really broadcasts a lot of information that as a local, it's like it's different. It's not the same as what maybe is being broadcasted to you. And we don't hear as much about here locally. It's not as much of a focus or an issue. What I know about the Disney area is they just put together a big multi-million-dollar project they're going to be investing in here. So I'll have to send you the link on that. But they're continuing to invest heavily in Disney here in Florida. So that's always a very good sign in terms of the economy and what they're seeing with people coming here for Disney. And not a whole lot of issues with the political issues that were going on between the governor and Disney, you saw a lot of that in the news and the volatility of things. But in terms of that really affecting the day-to-day or how Disney operates here or how people are coming into Disney, we're not seeing any changes. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I would say that was more something just on the national news to stir up some issues,
Mhm. I
political.
see.
Yeah.
It's good to hear from you directly from the
Mhm.
people living there.
Mhm.
We do have a question from one of the attendees, and she's asking, is it easy to rent out for the 4-bedroom, I guess maybe versus about 3-bedroom? And
Mhm.
also, is it usually long-term rent or short-term rental?
So these are going to be a long-term rent, usually is what we're going to see. And the long-term rent is going to be a far less risk, far less issues, and you're going to see steadier returns year by year. So they are going to be long-term rentals. And I believe that, with the demand in rentals and with how fast these are renting out, to be honest with you, the 3 versus the 4-bedroom, they're renting out very quickly the same. People just need something and they need something affordable. But I think, and Monica would probably agree, and my investors tend to more invest in the 4 bedrooms just for the long term benefit of them, because you're not looking at this as just something that you want to rent out quickly. What will rent? We already know it will rent, but we want it to appreciate, and we want it to be able to, when you go to resell that property, have a higher value and have a higher opportunity for value. And in terms of the pricing for a 3-bedroom versus 4-bedroom, you see really a $10,000 to $20,000 price difference, not huge. So if you have the budget and the funds make sense to you, I would definitely say go with a 4-bedroom as opposed to the 3-bedroom, but either one is going to rent out.
Great comments. Nataka, so basically we heard that the St. Cloud area, a couple years ago, we have Lake Noller, and
Mhm.
now we have the Neo City.
Mhm.
And can you share with us, what is the latest development? Is it Orlando trying to position itself to be more technology driven or biotech driven? Just share with us some of the latest trend that's happening in the Orlando area.
Yeah, so the up and coming area that they're focusing quite a bit of tax money and development into is going to be that biotech area, Neo City, very popular. Lots of businesses going into that area. And so you see on a previous PowerPoint that we did, which we could send out. I won't maybe pull it up now, but Neo City and its proximity to Lake Nona and its proximity also to Harmony West, you can see on this map here, this is going to be that Harmony West area, and you have St. Cloud here. Neo City is right in through here, and that's where they're developing all the biotech area. There's quite a bit of the jobs that I just mentioned. So that's going to attract quite a bit of people. So where that goes in over here, that's going to obviously cause a lot of the people that work in that area to need housing to the west. I'm sorry, to the east over here. And the reason why I say that it's going to attract them eastward is because westward from Neo City, you have more of the Kissimmee corridor. And Kissimmee, you're going to see, if you come to the area, it's not as popular as the St. Cloud area. The school systems have lower ratings. The communities themselves, just a different feel, but not as well master plan. They don't look as nice, so you have a lot more kind of the crime here. So I would say what's happening with the Neo City is a lot of the people that are coming and that are, investing in that area, the housing they know is going to be, it's going to be driving appreciation growth over on the east side of St. Cloud, which is going to be that Harmony West St. Cloud corridor.
Got it. Yes. So as a follow-up question, that the attendee who was asking about 4-bedroom, versus the 3-bedroom. She was asking about property management. So this, I could actually pinpoint on what we could offer. Yeah, because we have a good number of clients, investors who have acquired property in the Orlando area. So we have another, just like other cities, we have negotiated a volume discount. So typically the property manager will charge about 10%, but we were able to negotiate a discounted rate of 8%. And like this property manager have been helping myself and my investors since 2007, a very responsible company. And we can refer to the client who have reserved home and close on it. And in fact, maybe Nataka, you can mention about the type of service you could provide in case my clients interested in reserving a lot, from maybe reserving it with earnest money and to this point that you're going to close on it. How would be the procedure be?
So basically, I help from the start to completion, and I'm obviously always available afterwards as well. But what I would help with is going to be the negotiation to make sure that along with Monica, we're looking at the contract, we're looking to see who's going to give you the most incentive, best buy rate buy down, and they're going to also pay as much in closing costs that we're needing. So past that negotiation portion, from there, making sure that you're going to be updated in terms of the loan and the process with the home. Most of these are going to be completed, so you're not going to need updated pictures. But towards the end of a 30-day period, there are going to be some walkthroughs of the property to just make sure that what they're selling you is lining up. So we'll be looking at any material defects, any issues that need to be fixed in the home. Those will be sent to you via video as well as pictures, so that you can see what are they fixing, what needs to be addressed in the property prior to you closing and that loan funding on the home. And then also, of course, up until closing, just making sure that smooth transition occurs for you from closing and the keys coming to where those keys, making sure those get to your property manager so that it's a seamless process. So the day that that home closes, that property manager is set up to come and have those keys and to get that house immediately on the market to get a tenant for it.
Yes, that's very good. So basically, Natasha is like our eyes and ears, and would be able to walk the home, like show all the details to you as an investor. And then also at the end of closing, would have the property manager put it on the rental market immediately. And if you choose to visit, the area, I do have some clients actually, I have a few clients who have acquired homes and then they actually are planning to retire in it. So some of them already moved there. Some of them, they are planning to leave shortly. So basically, if you want to fly over and meet with Nataka, and she would be able to show you the areas as well as the various communities that she recommended. But basically, if you say, I'm too busy, I just want to have somebody whom I can trust to do all the walkthrough and provide it with videos, information on how the homes looks like, then we could do that. Yeah, or even walk through it virtually. So pretty much is just being very helpful to have like somebody we can trust to work with.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully that answers her question.
Yeah, so I think my client just answered that, it's comprehensive enough. So yeah, I think this is a very good presentation. Thanks so much, for putting it together, Nataka. And so we will be sharing the recording and your presentation slide. And if you could also pull up some of the listing in particular, the one that are providing incentive and rate buy down, like you said. And also we would be most interested in homes that can be closed in November, December, so that they can take a closer look. And then, like we could go from there and maybe possibly, negotiate a better price with the builders.
Wonderful. I can definitely do that for you all.
Wonderful. Really appreciate the time and effort. Yeah. Thank you all for attending the presentation today. Yeah. And then we would definitely be in touch with you later. Yeah. Thank you, Nataka.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you.